Frolic, look at all the noise and excitement. Oh, my, this is great. 40 million parties. I get a stiff. Hello, everyone. How are you? Lovely to see you. Kelly. Great. $60 million in sets and no show. Go figure. Oh, now I walk around in the area waiting for the dummy to show up with his pipe. Where's Charlie Personality?
Don Rickles.
Oh, there he is. Lights up a whole room.
Good to see you. This is Barbara Klein.
Your niece.
That's right. And welcome. I'm Hugh Hefner, your host, and this is Barbara Klein, and I'm sure you know Mr. Rickles.
Barbara washed the dress too much.
Shrunk a little bit.
Yeah. Awfully good to see you.
My pleasure. Can I fix your drink?
Oh, surely. Thank you. That was on the card.
That's what it said. There, yes.
Try to make it look casual.
Yeah.
Hello, Shaq. How are you? Big kick. Mr. Belli? No, it's crazy about me. Good to see you, Mr. Belli.
Good to say hello. There you are.
Nice to see you. Oh, good.
Let me show you around a little bit. I don't think
surely.
you've seen the pad.
Oh, no, I haven't. It's great.
This is the rumpus room?
Why are there people sitting out in your pad helping you?
Well, they just relax and have a good time.
To your help. Awfully nice. Oh, the pool table and everything.
And
hi, girls.
shoot a little game a little later.
Some Indian chief behind you.
You like the
Got to stand here. Wait a second. Got to make sure we're at the right angle so the camera can pick up the casualness.
I think they're getting you a good size there.
Okay, there we are. Hi. Pick up nostrils. There it is. Good. It's called a casual thing. Beautiful painting.
Well, it's really something more than a painting.
It sure looks like a busted baseball diamond. Oh, look at that. Little guppies swimming around. I like the girl on the left side doing the backstroke, sucking up the whole pool. Beautiful girl.
Well, it's
one nice bad vein. Smart. You ever look at nothing and try to make up something about it?
Mr. Rickles, would you take your clothes off? And come swim with us?
Surely. If the wife gets sick, we could make it a regular thing. Take my clothes.
Would have sharpened up, you know. One of the finest ad-lib men in our business.
One of the finest comedians in our business. We can go.
Well, you two are straightened out for the night, right?
We went to the prom together.
Now, what do you want to do, you?
You want to hear a story about the car?
Try it again, huh?
You know, I got to tell you something.
I can see you, Shecky, and Irv cupping it on the raft. Both of them going,
No, I got to tell you, the greatest thing in the world, I happen to, once in a while you drink in Vegas, and I like to keep it... I like to keep it quiet, but when he's working there, it's absolutely impossible. Go ahead, tell him what you say about me. Go ahead.
No, he always drinks, you know. And once in a while, Shecky gets in trouble, but he's a lovable man. He's the kindest man in the world. I don't want to let the world know about your problem.
I walk in one day to the Sahara where Don's working. He says, "Here comes Shecky Green. He just beat up a squad car."
When cops leave him, their hat spins and the badge goes away. No, he only kids about that because he's a lovable man. And the great part about it is that
What is the great part? What is the great part?
I get the feeling it's Walter Cronkite. Once in a while, if you could just, instead of sitting there in your Buccaneer outfit, help us out.
Tell you what I really think we ought to do.
We get the feeling we're in charge, and he's here in his clothing shop.
I always relax at my parties. It's right. Think of...
Oh, God.
Got him.
Something I ate. Never did.
Don, I was amused by...
Oh, we're on. I try to act charming.
I was amused by Time Magazine's review of the Playboy interview with you. They seem to think that your attack on me was scurrilous, but I found it very funny.
Good.
Did you enjoy that?
Just roll right along, you.
Moving right along.
I don't know what scurrilous
Scurrilous was the head of a studio out there, right?
You don't see too many Negro frogmen. We are going to swim the channel. How are you, Bill? He gets a little lonely, Crosby. Doesn't believe the series is off.
Looks like he made a wrong turn in New York at Scuba Duba.
Okay, Bill, now do a trick. Want to say anything, you, or you just want to smoke your pipe and wait for morning?
Just going to relax here and listen to you, Don.
I've been on a lot of shows, you, and I want to say as a definite, really, from my heart, don't pencil me in for a future. This is not one of the great highlights.
I want to come back again. I want to make up for what I did.
And Melvin Belli's conversation was great. Kelly sang great. You're the weakest part of the whole thing.
Finally, I'm making a change.
No, but your brother, his brother. You know his brother. Over here, Shecky, with the light. Shecky scouting the girls. Relax. Do what I do. Get married and be depressed. After this, I gotta go home to the wife while she sits in the living room going, Once in a while, Bill, if you could move your tank.
I gotta ask you, had a write-up about him in Playboy magazine? I worked for you and I didn't get a write-up, and you got an interview with him?
He's right. How come?
I'm definitely leaving.
Saul Weinstein was the writer. He's a wonderful guy. He came over in the dining room in shorts and sandals with a stick in his hand, ready to go back in the Bible. I don't know what his story was, but he's a great writer, but weird. Weird man. But he was very delightful to chat with.
I really do think it was about the funniest interview we've ever run.
But it's amazing how they said, Shecky? Oh, he left town. He's walking around looking for somebody to beat up. But anyway, it's amazing how you take a story like that and you sit with a guy for about 5 days, following me around constantly. And I didn't know what was going to come out of the whole thing. And I got a great many comments about it. And it was, some parts of it were kind of daring. I didn't know how far we would go.
I'm back, Donald. Don't get excited. I'm getting ready for you, Don. I just want to drink it so I get a deposit back from the bottle.
Later on, he beats up the frog man.
Did you ever notice when he doesn't come back with a line, it's always a laugh?
Well, that's the way you have to
That's
be in this
infectious.
type
You
of
know that's infectious?
Because I enjoy people. He and I had a thing in Vegas. It was always known, and Shecky started in the lounges and made it possible for me. This is the truth. We always make jokes about it. But he was the first guy to start out in the lounges and become very successful. And then he made it possible for me. What is this now? You know him, the Virginian's son. Yes. Want to do Burt Lancaster and go home early?
You never know who's going to drop in.
It's a million laughs. What do you say, Melvin? You get into shorts, get a torch, and we'll start the Olympics.
I'm going to be the third one of the frogmen there.
Good, Doug. That's the way you are in the Virginian. A lot of funny lines.
So you got a leak.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just going to let it roll right along like that. $1 million show, and you got two guys dressed up doing hissing noises.
You do a lot of pantomime on this show, huh? Do you know they rehearsed an hour backstage for this? Where are we going after? Where would you like to go, Don?
I don't know. Let's go to Sneaky Pete's. Kill an hour. Great. Okay, boys. Don't they have a play yard?
They're working on a new...
There they are. See, Bob Cope was supposed to get that part, but he couldn't make it.
Excuse me, which way's the pool?
I give up. I don't know who this is, but good luck. Drink light. It's murder when you got to guess who the name is.
Bob Fuller.
Do they get 210 for this, too?
Look at how different he looks. You changed. Now you're going to move in pictures. Look at how he changed. You know Bob Fuller, don't you?
No, I never met
Shecky
Bob.
never met you. He
Hello,
never,
Bob. Hello.
turns on TV. Sits home in the house listening to Gabriel Heater. Good to see you, Bob. How's everything with the wagons?
Just fine, thank you.
The star of Wagon Train. Big star. Look at how the crowd was impressed. I'm selling him and nothing's happening. Want to get out a wet whip and move some of these women around?
I'd love to.
Still the same way, Bob. Dying to be with somebody. You're not married, are you?
No.
I wonder why. Probably wouldn't even show up on a wedding night, send a tape recorder.
I'll
Be with you in a minute, hon. I'm working a couple of tape recorders. No, but I was at his home once in Chicago. Melvin, have you ever been at that home?
You were
Yeah, it's a great
also at his
place,
home? You also were at his
Yes,
home?
it's a great place.
I worked for him and I wasn't.
You were there, but you don't remember it.
You ever get a
I
feeling?
worked
I don't
for
think
him
you
and I
like
was
me.
never there.
You never at the house? Oh, it's a wild house. Oh, yeah. Girls walk around in the bathrobes and Benny
I'm a
Dunn.
girl?
Well, you're married. You're married, aren't you, Kelly? Oh, well,
But she's got a bathrobe.
We'll work something out.
When you're married, it's a different world. See, Shecky, he was married. He's not married any longer, but that's
Let's
what
spend about 4 hours on that. Would you like to come?
But the thing is, when you're married, your outlook is different, right, Melvin? How
Yeah,
many
I
years
think
you
so.
married?
I've been married 3 times.
Outlook is really different.
Look at this
That's
test
really
I gave
different.
myself. Bill's married. Aren't you, Bill? Blink, Bill, if you hear me. Doug McClure was married. They all have their problems. Out here, it's weird, you know? That's why you shouldn't get married. You got the kind of money you don't need married. You go to Hertz.
Well, if I got married, I think the whole empire would kind of...
The image would be ruined, that's true. But, you know, Paul Raffles, that whole group, Shelley Caston, right? Shecky, that's the whole group. They all guys never get married. You got to get married. I was 38 years old when I got married.
I've been married so many times I got rice marks on my face.
It drops.
They really come up with the biggies, Doc.
I can't figure that out. Did he mean he was married to a Chinese girl or what?
It's one of those real funny ones. You ought to ask us
That's
a few
good.
questions. We could doze off in a cigarette.
I'm just relaxing and...
I know. Well, then don't have a show. Let's go on the Titanic and watch the flag. Have a show when you're doing a question and answer period with yourself. Checky's now going for the pants.
I'm very interested here, yes.
Listen, with other guys down, I ask
She was
questions.
lovely. She was on Operation Entertainment with me. She's a lovely girl. And she's also single. Are you a bunny?
No,
Oh, why doesn't she become a bunny?
Well, never can tell.
See that? Never can tell. Like you got to take a test. When you hear the bell, do a trick.
I'm afraid to throw lines.
He's got a memory second to none. How do you know that everybody was on the show? Does Barbara know you remember girls who were on the show with you?
CB, yes, she remembers.
was there.
She was there. Very lovely girl. See, I don't believe in some guys in marriage, you know, they cheat. I would never do that. May I, God forbid, get a stroke if I would do that. When you're happily married, you shop around. You go a lot of years, right, Melvin? I keep asking Melvin. He's married
Right or
every
wrong,
time.
I don't know.
With him, it's a hobby. But you got to find the right girl. I met my wife at GAC. She was my picture agent secretary, General Artists Corporation. You heard
I
me.
know.
Who handles this show? You. Are these toughies, you?
You want to interview
You
me?
get $1 million. This guy don't even know who he is.
I'm playing very cool.
Sits in the shower at night going, how about it? It's all me. They don't understand that. We work for years, and we don't have sets like this in a show. Here's a guy sits here, passing away. Bob Fuller, who came in and the crowd didn't know him. Cosby, who thinks this is a concert date. And Doug McClure, who wants to be on anything. So we don't have to hold Lorne Green's horse all day. It's a funny show, though. I'm going to take a nap. You think of something. It's murder, Shecky.
I'll tell you.
This is over. Both of us get in touch with our agents.
You're the only guy I don't throw lines at.
It's not a question of throwing lines. It's a
Because
question
I
of
know-
chatting like we're doing
I can
now.
hardly wait till this rehearsal is over.
That's
so we can
right.
go to real-
I just am sitting here quietly
But that's
and
not the
trying not to
idea.
be demolished.
Where don't you sit quietly?
That's right.
That's not the idea. You know, we kid around. That's an image you have on the stage. You and I have known each other. You in Chicago. Didn't you run alongside of my car? Saying, give me a lolly. Give me a lolly. You're a wealthy man. You're successful, and you don't have to feel that people are out to rap you. The only reason people kid you because you have an image of being a reserved, kind of quiet guy, which is true, right, Melvin?
Yeah, I think so.
And anybody that has authority, just go along with it, Melvin. Melvin still.
As far as I'm going to go, I don't want to
I'm
get
in trouble.
demolished.
My defense
I'll
attorney
just go along.
Melvin still thinks the Boston Strangler was Tony Curtis. Did you see that picture, Melvin?
Yeah, I think he was, wasn't he?
I'll do the funny stuff. Go to court and your robe goes bad. But it's a great night. I don't believe it, though. How did you get all this money, you? How did you get, no, really, how did you get so successful? What did you start as? What was your first job?
My first job out of school?
Yeah, this is, try to watch me. First job.
Could you give me a couple of easier ones to warm me up a little
No,
bit?
seriously,
first?
what was your first job? What was your first job?
I
Your
worked
first
at a-
job ever.
First job ever was copywriter for a department store.
That's how you got started.
That was it. And then I
And how
went
did
to
this-
Esquire for a year, and then I started my own.
Oh, really? And how did Playboy become this whole image of, you know, with the bunnies and so forth? Seriously, how did that come about?
Just a lot of luck, being in the right place at the right time. And,
Really? But did you do most of the promoting, or did you have a guy that
no,
promoted?
there was, the original staff was one guy and me,
Who was that?
Art Paul, my art director.
Oh, yeah, is he still with you?
Are you Ralph Edwards? I don't remember.
Yes,